Hey there, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for December 2022. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a session with me, you got to go on to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below, and you can schedule your own session there. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, engagement helps this channel out a lot. Comments even, because of course, any content that you engage grows. So what is going on when it comes to your December? Well, we've got some leftover energy from November that's actually with us all the way up until mid-January. And that is Mars retrograde in Gemini. This is your fourth house of home, family, the domicile, anything relating to your roots, home economics, as well as your living situation, of course, naturally. Now with Mars retrograde, wherever Mars retrograde goes, this part of the chart is under construction. We see a lot of demolition, a lot of renovation, diminished activity, dismantling of old plans, or maybe even old structures or old legacies that are doing more harm than good. And we're taking a lot of pieces off the board that have become liabilities, obstructions, interference, even enemies and adversaries out of this space of our life. Mars retrograde in the fourth house is a cleanup job, and it can be very invigorating and very stimulating, especially when it comes to purging all of the shadows and the people who bring and precipitate and perpetuate shadows out of the space of our life. But this can also stir up some conflicts every now and again, because Mars retrograde focuses on healing through curing. We're not just soothing it, we're not just making it easier, we are curing the problem. If it's a home economic issue, we're not just going to put a bandage on it, we're going to cure it. If it's a bad plan, if it's a bad investment, if there is something wrong, we need to be able to eliminate it instead. And Mars retrograde is getting rid of all of the influences that keep negative legacies going. This could be a time of purging a lot of family curses even. This can, however, also bring up some dramas with other people, so you've got to be careful, because not everybody handles something like this with grace, even though it is a positive, transit at the end of the day. And that is because some people don't want a cure for the disease, right? And so there may be some issues that come up with family members, with in-laws, or accounts, or any kind of home economic situation where a lot of blocks have been sustained or created because they were built on unhealthy structures or unhealthy foundations. Power through, and by the time we get to mid-January, it's all going to make sense, and it's all going to be a hell of a lot better. When we get into week 1 of the month, we do have the Sun, Venus, and Mercury all in Sagittarius, which is that 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, station, promotions, raises. And with all of these three in Sagittarius, you are going to be a powerhouse when it comes to transforming not only the way you are securing a living for yourself, but going through a series of big breaks that are helping you to get out of a lot of maybe containments, out from under a lot of glass ceilings. The sun is transforming the very atmosphere and environment of your workforce, your career, your business, your market in such a way where everything that you are working on is becoming more lucrative. In fact, with the sun, you're getting a lot more value for your position, what you contribute to your field and to your community. If you are working on something yourself, you have your own business, a collaboration, or even something that you're trying to get off the ground, the sun is going to pull all the right people closer. And we've got Venus here putting you in a position to receive a lot of favors from allies, favors from clients and customers and important contacts, both known and new. And we're also seeing Venus bring in a hell of a lot more money for doing not a whole lot more work. We also have Mercury, the planet of the fastest developments, right? News, the most productivity and gains, speeding up the rate with which you are accumulating wealth, but also shortening the distance between you and some kind of major financial or career goal. This could be moving up a promotion, a transfer, or a move. This could be helping you to turn and burn some kind of investment of your time, energy, or money into something that is very profitable. So keep an open mind. You are being incentivized to stray from a few things that maybe you thought you had to commit to for a lot longer. And there could be, again, promotions and brilliant new work opportunities in the offering for those that are bold. Week 2, we've got Mercury and Venus leaving this part of your chart and moving on into Capricorn for the duration of December. This is your 11th house of friendships, social networking, your platonic support system, the guys, the gals, your fellows, and your loftiest goals and ambitions. With Mercury here, there is also the speeding up of developments towards the attainment or achievement of some kind of goal or venture that you've been doggedly pursuing or attempting to squirrel away time, energy, and resources for. This can be sped up through the help of a friend or maybe an entire group, because people tend to converge on you when these two are in your 11th house. So if you've been a super private Pisces, be ready to accept some helping hands. This is also going to come in the form of a lot of gifts and generosity being handed off to you. Venus in the 11th house makes all of our friends all the more generous and, yes, attract more people who want to get involved. And we also see a lot more adventure coming into your love life. Those of you who are coupled or are married are going to be getting opportunities to create a whole new support system around your relationship. You may be traveling or getting ready to do some travel, going out on some really cool little adventures or starting a new enterprise. And for those of you who are currently single or available, it may be through your friendship circle or your social network that new love is put on the table or brought forward to you. We have a full moon in Gemini taking place on the 7th of the month, and this is all about culminations, transitions, and endings, which is going to be, again, falling in that 4th house of home and family, the roots, the domicile, and home economics. And in the 2-week window period following the 7th of December, there is going to be a culminating event or an elimination of something that has been a chronic problem in your home and family situation, or a chronic obstacle, block, or maybe entanglement that is preventing you from having the ideal home family situation. Now, this could be the release of some kind of debt or financial burden, a bad investment, or maybe even, yes, because of that Mars retrograde, the removal of some kind of toxic family influence, either in the present that you're entangled with, whether it's your immediate family, your blood kin, your in-laws, or this could be a situation where we are purging the legacy, right? The cause, core, record, and effect of a family curse or something that was done through the actions of a relative or an in-law in the past. This is also a great time, by the way, for those of you looking to make any kind of moves, thus ending a chapter of living in a specific space or under a certain roof. So those of you who are house hunters are also going to have a good time this month. Week 3, we've got Jupiter entering Aries, your 2nd house of earned income, employment, your values, and your valuables, where Jupiter is going to be from the 20th of December through mid-May of 2023. And Jupiter is the planet of wealth, novelty, expansion, growth, and prosperity. And this is one of those times, it happens maybe once every 12 years, where you get to really hit it big. When Jupiter is in a financial sector, such as houses 2 or 10, in this case for you 2, we get a chance to jump a tax bracket, so to speak. There is a lot in the way of promotions, raises, and new job opportunities that are a cut above what has been available to you in your workforce or in your market up until this point. A lot of these changes may be coming internally. We may be noticing that the company we work for or the industry that we are in is becoming a lot more valuable, a lot more lucrative in that sense. Or we may be finding that with Jupiter in the 2nd house, that there is something transforming in one of our present income avenues, or maybe a goal or something that we are trying to build for ourselves that suddenly makes it more profitable than we could have estimated. Either way, a lot of you Piscean people are going to be feeling quite affluent and quite wealthy as we go through 2023, and this is a trend you can set to stick. The Sun enters Capricorn, that 11th house of friendships and social networking, on the 21st of the month, and is going to be there all the way up until week 3 of January. And with the Sun in your 11th house, This is a time of bonding. It's a time of healing. What happens with the sun in the 11th house is that there is a focus on pulling together the strongest bonds and the tightest, strongest, most highly capable people into your world. This is where you are starting to find that your friendships are becoming all the more close, all the more intimate, and all the more involved in a way where it does feel like a second family. The sun in the 11th house is also a great time for a lot of you to close the distance between you and maybe having the social life that you desire. And a lot of contributions to your world are being made by friends that are handing off their good fortune and sharing it with you, because when they share with you, it lifts them up as well. We've also got a cat running across the desk. We've got a new moon in Capricorn on the 23rd of December, and this is all about seed planting, new beginnings and initiations, as well as new long-term commitments getting underway in this 11th house of friendships and social networking. And with a new moon here, there is a new road opening up that's going to help you step closer towards a goal or an aspiration that you have set for yourself, your career, your family, or your love life in recent history. This new moon could be brought on by a friend or maybe a new alliance, or if it is somebody that you already know, new terms in the relationship or the friendship. But what happens is a big break. This is also a time where a lot of you are seeing new community get formed all around you. And you're going to be feeling quite popular and quite well loved by the time we get into mid-January. Finally, we also have Mercury turning retrograde in week 4 of the month from the 29th of December, so technically it's more of a January influence, all the way up through January 18th, 2023. Mercury is retrograde in this 11th house. And with Mercury retrograde in the 11th house of friendships and social networking, this is a time of many reunions and revisits. This is one of the best places to have a Mercury retrograde because it's more often than not just overwhelmingly positive. Reviews, retrievals, reevaluations, and reversals in this area mean that we get a chance to reconnect with a lot of people we've lost touch with, maybe not necessarily had a falling out with, but maybe became distanced from, distanced by time, distanced by proximity. We're going back to an earlier us. This is also a time with Mercury retrograde where we are getting a chance to reroute some kind of goal or aspiration in a way that not only makes it more feasible, but bigger and better than maybe something that we have committed to as a recent plan. And this will kind of migrate a lot of your social life as well. A lot of your best and brightest are coming along for the journey, and it's just all around a very sweet Mercury retrograde to end this year and open up next year on. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.